Welcome, RPG Limit fans, to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Fall League 2023 Week 2 Race 2. It leaked from outer space. My name is Avian Hawk. With me in the booth today as our race streamer as well, Jay Scheidel, and our tracker duo of Pop Docs and Ale. Jay Scheidel, what fun are we looking at today with our runners?
Oh, we have lots of stuff going on. It is Proc Gen week, so we don't know where everything is.
Oh, so fun. I also notice a stark lack of party members.
Yeah, so we got lots of different flags going on this week. First of all, we've got Dragon Warrior mode on. So we've got basically, you die, you come back to Corneria. Hey, awesome, we're here, half our gold. But we've also got a single party member, force 3 nuns, but you can recruit those nuns at the taverns. So you've got a possibility to pick up whatever party you want going on. However, those nuns will gain experience until they're filled.
Oh, so fun. You get the one party member to start with. It's any party member they choose. So far, it looks like, from what we can see, Red Mage and Fighter for all but Sorlax. He looks like he's on the map showing us that proc gen world they have to deal with.
Yeah. I also took that map and pulled it to the center so we can kind of get an idea where things are. So
very handy no matter what we see. Even if it's a minimal map, it gives us an idea. But let's see, with this party blur things, you can see why the Red Mage got taken by Budge Mono. It comes up with buff magic and equip shield, but no ribbon. Not the greatest thing to have in the endgame, but a ribbon's kind of hard to find early. Meanwhile, the fighters for our other racers we can see so far, Rojo and Oslato, that is plus heal magic, plus hurts dragons, but no bracelets, so another fine choice. We do look like the Thief will have improved Cat's Claw, hurts undead, but negative 10 strength if they choose to take one. The Black Belt, Thief Swords, and plus 25 agility, but no Pro Ring, which honestly is not a bad stack. If they find a grind and can pick one up early, I wouldn't mind going with that. White Mage, plus 20 hit points, plus clean magic, minus 150 gold. I can see why they didn't pick one to start with, because they're going to lose their gold every time they die. They might as well start with as much as they have.
Yep.
And the Black Mage, plus 20 hit points, plus 10 vitality, but negative 4 max MP, which is kind of bad.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which direction our players go here. As a side note, we do have a bonus incentive for all of these matches. Today we rolled on Lamp. We have to find Lamp and cast it in party, or in a battle somewhere. So we'll probably see a White Mage or Red Mage coming along sometime to pick that thing up.
Well, we just see a White Mage picked up for Sorlax. Also, we saw the Herb coming out of the King, obviously with the Exit at level 1. That is a pretty nice spell to find early.
Oh yeah. Especially with some of these deeper dungeons, you don't have to die to get out and lose half your money.
Also seeing some early gear they've got. They got a fire shirt and a dragon sword. That fighter is pretty well equipped early. Multiple runners picking up the White Mage, which with the Exit for sale, I can see why they would do it.
Oh yeah. Well, and we know we gotta cast Lamp later if you want that bonus point, so who knows if we're gonna get Lamp at level like 7 or something.
Too true, and with the Red Mage as your primary caster, they might just not be available, so.
Which, to be fair, it's only worth 1 point in our league, but hey, 1 point is 1 point.
Well, that's a super short run to Crescent. No item or shop item in there, but pretty cheap houses. One thing with those houses, though, no overworld save items.
Yeah, the racers were talking in the race room about unbinding their reset button. I know I've mashed it a time or two going into March or somewhere and go, oh, yeah, I'm back at Corneria now.
Hey, we've got Vanilla Canoe, which is another nice thing to see as early progression enabler. I also believe I saw Life and at least one other excellent spell at level 6 white.
And that canoe comes in even more clutch here on Proc Gen, because you've got pretty much this entire main continent now open to you. That canoe can block off quite a bit like we just saw here on Budge's screen.
And we found Toph for Ozelotto going south, and meanwhile Sorlax, I believe, was it Ozelotto or Sorlax saw the C-shaped desert tile surrounded by mountains that is the floater location.
Both of our top runners looking for that incentivized cardia item. Looks like we got it over here in Solario's. We got the rod.
A big metal stick out of the treasury of the dragons. Understandably valuable, and that is our first kill on stream of Garland for Ozelotto.
But we gotta walk back to Corneria to get the Sarah's item.
Very true. Now, is Save on Death enabled for these racers or not? I did not check that.
Yes, so Save on Death is enabled, but like I said, it will return them back to Corneria with half their money.
Now, in this case, if the money isn't that big of a deal, that could be just fast travel for Ozelotto. Because now that the princess is back home, they can get that incentive item from her.
Something else to note if you've been following our league matches. Last week was a shard hunt. This week we're back to just the normal 4 orbs and done. So we're going to go find all 4 fiends, kill them. We've got a long Topher, so we need our normal loot and key, and then we're out of here. But good luck finding it all.
And there is Lamp with Life 2 and Fade at level 5 magic. That is pretty painful to see there, but hey, at least we know we can get it. Level 5 magic is never the fun.
Is that red mage learnable at level 5 or not? I always forget 5.
I think most of those spells are promotion locked for the red mage, but I cannot recall off the top of my head either.
If it's not in 1 through 4, I just kind of write it off.
Did see a quick check, and Ozelotto ran right past what looked to be Lefane, so Melman and Lefane in close proximity, and there's that quick fast travel for Ozelotto, wiped on the overworld, but a quick run up to see the princess and get another incentive item.
And we see a Mirage Tower north. We saw a Budge up there earlier. Rojo just passed it.
And that was the adamant.
Into it, though.
So Ozelotto getting the adamant, so if he finds Dwarf Caves, he has a turn in. Ooh, there's some EXPs on the overworld. If he can get some good kills with that fire shirt, he's probably going to want to take that experience. Even if it goes across multiple party members that aren't in his party yet, he'll get that experience on those party members when he chooses to recruit them. So taking the levels that you can get is good, but nope, EXPs were a bit too much for his 2-man party. Like level 5 is stacked.
Yeah.
It just nuke right there in level 5, along with Fade and White Magic.
Ooh.
And that was not the warp slot at level 5, so if a black mage comes along, it could learn level 5 nuke without promotion.
It's a little bit later than you like to see it, but hey, you found it.
Indeedly do. And Ozelotto is our first runner into the maze that is Ordeals. Get your pillars in chat.
Always going to be pillar 4. Always.
Meanwhile, Rojo finding Provoca, and Bajmano did spot the volcano. Hey, Thunder Mage or whatever in Ordeals. That's brutal.
Whoops.
To note,
nope.
Jay Shadell is the one who rolled this seed. One must take responsibility.
Trained by Danny, I was.
And that is the slab, and actually not a bad time to find it, because we know that Melmond and Lefane are very close to each other on this map, so that's a good quick check sequence.
Couple free items there, yeah. Silver's +1 in Provoca. Not too shabby.
Not useful for that warrior, but nice for all the casters and everyone else. Sorek's already getting some use out of that exit, leaving Lefane with having to run all the way out. I did notice we have hint bats on, but I did not catch exactly what the stats were of these fiends they'll be facing in the refights.
Level 2 white magic is pretty bland. Soft in there, but that's about it. However, fast and warp for black.
That is pretty stacked black. That red mage is going to get good use, and especially for Rojo, finding that before finding the ordeals, you're going to have possibly a better time of it, because I did see Ozlato trip up a few times in the pillars.
Yeah. Yeah, ordeal's going to be a mixed bag this early in the game. You definitely want to go there, but if it rolls something...
Looks like all of our runners coalescing around the Provoca check. Meanwhile, Rojo out of Provoca into Ice Cave.
It's so weird to see the runners, like, not saving before you go into a cave, but it doesn't matter. You can't save in the overworld.
This is one very long run that Rojo's on. He came all the way down to floor 2. Or floor 3, pardon me, the link before actually getting a counter in the cave. That fire shirt not doing nearly enough to kill those parties, and looks like, ooh, he's got a dragon sword and a warrior can swing it. I assume he's going to take this fight. And yes, he does, he gets the kill.
Yeah. Let's see how many hits it takes. Rojo,
No, I do not believe this is...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't believe this is a randomized tile set, so he's just going to probably zip in, get the chest, and go.
Our trap tiles are randomized around, so...
No, the trap tile's randomized, yes, but the random chest location in ice, that was what I was referring to. It looks like he's just going to probably check the 6-pack, or at least the 5 that you can get to without the trap tile. Now those sorcerers we know are brutal. Hopefully he doesn't see the brutality of them.
Yep, there it goes. Ooh.
Thunder, thunder, thunder sorcerers, go!
Lightning. Thunderbolt and lightning.
Well, at least he got out of there with the ship. Meanwhile, Sorlax and Ozlato both translating the slab. We will see what the Lefanians have for us here in a second, and it is the limestone. That is a ruby.
That's the one fun percent flag I cannot use. I tried, I love it, but I'll have a different instrument. I can't have the ruby.
You know, for the longest time as a kid, I thought the lute was a woodwind instrument, not a string instrument, because I just didn't know what a lute really was. I just thought, oh, it's like an ocarina. It's a woodwind instrument. Yeah, well, and that is the ruby, in this case, a beer for Ozlato. Gonna get the Titan some bit drunk, maybe, to get him out of the way.
See, I like the fun percent flag where it changes the loot and then you carry around like an organ with you or something. Like, let me play my organ to get into Temple Fiends.
My brain just jumped straight to an accordion, and just imagine all of a sudden one of your party members becomes Weird Al, and he just forces it open with the pure power of polka.
I had the harmonica yesterday. That was kind of fun. Or Sunday. That was kind of fun.
Looks like Budge Mono is our second runner into ordeals, making his way through the pillar maze. Finds his way up above onto the final floor.
Cool. Looks like we found a volcano down on Osleto's screen.
Sorlax joining Budge in ordeals.
Oh. Okay. Kraken's got some HP. Chaos has some HP. Lich is a pushover, but I think I saw Cure 4 on Lich. So, nice to know that's out of the pool.
Budge Mono's fighter is face down after that Gershark Sahag tile. That is a lucky run for Budge Mono. A 5-pack of Mancats when he's already down a body on the final. Ooh, hey. That is huge. Vanilla it is, but that is a masa. That is a thick stick to swing.
And there's a Sun Sword. And a ribbon.
This ordeal is paying off in spades.
Alright, so give that Masa to your red, give the Sun Sword to your red, or to your fighter or something for a while?
Looks like he's going Sun Sword on the red mage with the fighter with the Masa.
Okay.
Being that bottle, so that's a check for when they find Gaia, wherever the heck it may be.
Well, we still got a couple of islands to get to once we find the floater.
It's funny, we've already seen the boat acquired by at least one of our runners, but he hasn't even hit the seas yet.
There's so much to get on this main continent.
If Ordeals is paying out this good, I can't imagine what Sky's going to be like, 'cause Sky always provides. I think Sorlax is going to re-equip or remanage his weapons there. He moved that ice sword on and replaced the dragon sword for his fighter. This next box is going to change his mind. Budge Mono picking up some chain armor for his fighter.
And Rojo stopping for a drink.
Sorlax again, swapping out, putting the Masa on.
Slawyer's like, wait a minute, what? Let's go.
Definitely gonna love that pro ring, the ribbon that's gonna come next. Like Budge Mono picking up Nuke, enjoying that happily. Oslaudo currently with the the three-man party has the black, white, and the fighter. Has not found another party member he wants to pick up just yet.
Be interested to
Whoever
see.
Tony turns out to be, it is yet to be determined.
Yeah, interested to see if they decide to pick up someone else and just like Dan it so you get more experience, or if we're gonna leave it empty.
This is very true, because the nuns gain experience. That means when they recruit someone, they will have the experience that that slot would normally have, but unless they recruit someone to that slot and kill it off, that nun slot will just be leeching 1/4 of the experience for the rest of the game. So the danning of an extra and unnecessary party member is real here.
And if you think you can get by with the three-man party, do it and just let them go. It's harder because
Oslaudo picking up Lamp.
Yeah. When you game over, they'll come back to life, but hey.
Katana found at +2 at Dwarfs by Rojo. That thief suddenly looks like something you might want to pick up at some point. And finding Earth as well, right next door. I believe Rojo should have the rod if he found the Cardia treasure isle or treasure cave.
And there
might just take this dive.
There is an incentive item in here. It's randomized. Host the rod.
Could be in Lich's closet, could be in his armory, either way. It's behind the speed bump that it normally is the vampire. Notice Rojo's actually running 2 red mages currently. The Asher chest paying out 707 gold. Very much.
You need money, right?
Especially when you lose half of it every time you die.
Such a pain early game. Doesn't really matter later on.
Indeedly do. And Oslato, our second runner to actually hit the seas, noting he has the adamant, so if he goes right up and finds that dwarf cave, gets his katana, but will also get that turn in with Smithy McBeardsmith that Rojo did not get. Now, that could be something huge for Rojo, not having that early and having already found dwarves. Get some hooray for that katana.
This could be interesting if these aren't too hefty. Let's see this dragon.
Bloody versus Masa. Masa wins.
I might have to take this a few times.
Budgemano agrees, puts that the black mage up front, and is now going to try and get that grind. Kind of shocked he's not healing up that fighter.
I'm not sure what their heal potions look like.
Very true. Also, probably has access to life at this point. I believe that was already found. So if the white mage stays up...
Or already have the incentive item here, just let the dragon kill you, and let's go.
Very true. I mean, you lose half your gold and you stack up all that gold from the grind, you're still making bank plus the experience gained.
But decides, nope, we're out. Let's see where this incentive
Understandably
item is
so.
in Earth. Not in the top closet, looks like, unless I missed something.
Nope, it looks like...
It.
It was the chime, if I remember correctly. Or, no, the chime came from the adamant turn-in?
Our tracker saying in chat, looks like it was an incentive ribbon.
Ah, that would explain. I do recall seeing the chime, though. That must have been the adamant turn-in. We'll see it from here from Sorlax in a moment. Hopefully he gives... Nope, no hooray dwarf. Unfortunately, the plus thief swords blurring does not give access to the katana. That is a ninja weapon only.
Chime was
If it were available, then the black belt would be extra valuable, but so far we haven't seen one in any party member, and we don't expect to. And ooh, also seeing Matoya. So crystal location turn-in found for Sorlax. Rojo going to be our first runner to face a fiend. Meanwhile, Oslato picking up the cube. That's the second half of the Sky Dungeon access. Once he gets that adamant turned in, he will have access to the Sky.
Well, we already have access to Mirage, so like we know where it's at, so it's awfully early.
We have fast, we have temper, and we have a swinging. It looks like the dragon sword on Tonk for Rojo. Ink comes out, does nothing. Gonna get that fast out. Poison, damage poison. What a great thing for Lich to have. Lich 1 not wanting to be the speed bump.
Alright, we're on the sea now on Budge's screen.
He will be his adamant and katana. Be happy with that.
So we have had a few go sailing, because Dwarves is up here.
And Budgemano liberates the Hooray Dwarf from his one-word hell. Thank you, Budgemano. Unfortunately, as it is temporarily locked in its one-word hell, it will always respawn when you leave.
Spare.
It can only be freed from its constant saying of...
Spare.
Look, the Hray Dwarf is the Hodor of Final Fantasy. He's stuck seeing his own death and only able to say the one word at the end of his life his entire time. And the only way to spare him from this is to stop the looping time that is trapping this entire world. Once he is freed from the time loop, he can finally say hooray and pass on.
Yeah, that's why we beat Chaos.
And the loot is in Elflin's shop for about 10,000 gold.
Well, the good news here is we don't need it till the end. If you can mark down where it's at, come back to the end of the seed.
Exactly. And that is a thief picked up for Oslato. Having that katana in hand, he knows what he wants to do to promote. And when he goes to Ordeals, he's going to get that Masa. He will have a Masa for the fighter and a katana for the thief. Promotion that's Knight and Thief equipped massively swinging. Now the thief does have a -20 to its strength, or -10 to its strength, but I mean a high level thief with a katana +2 makes up for it.
And so you're not looking for strength when you're swinging a katana or vorpal. You're looking for crits.
Crits and hits. And there's Rojo finally going back, talking to the princess, getting that adamant. We'll be able to go straight back to dwarves. Meanwhile, Oslato picking up our prince's item is the TNT, and again, going straight to dwarves. Budge and Solarix both in Earth. Budge Mono checking a trap tile there for that chest, finding a red D, just gonna fight it once and leave. Socket, I have to wonder what your idea of a theme is for this seed, because so far it seems pretty random to me.
I mean, I'm fine with randomness. We are a randomizer, of course.
Indeed we do. A randomizer set to extra entropy.
Oh no. No. Just wait a week or two.
Cremating ogres. Very, very tasty.
So key from the TNT.
That is a huge turn-in and a good place to get it. Yeah, these are only some chests with just loose items, but hey, loose items have tons of gold and experience. This is turning out to be a fairly good pickup for Oslato.
What I'm loving is the back and forth, because the king had the herb, who had the TNT, who sends you back to Corneria to get the Corneria locked. The princess had the adamant, which is also sending you to dwarves.
Okay, you get the fetch chains out of the way. If this turns into, let's say, the crystal into the floater, I would be happy to see that.
And we have a proc gen waterfall. Here we go, Rojo. Good luck.
Extra random, and that is the tail. That is promotion available once found, and I'm sure every one of our racers are going to want to promote. Looks like Rojo taking the go top left route, finding a nice long run, and there it is. Right before we went into this battle, we saw the door. Top left is the way to go.
Yeah, I would have been out of luck. Down left's where I go.
Yeah, fair enough. And Budge Mono facing Lich. We've seen damage poison out of Lich before. Will it happen again? There is Lamp. That is the extra incentive move, or incentive pulled off by Budge Mono. He does not have to Lamp ever again. Meanwhile, the Masa doing its thing and killing Lich. And hey, Bad Eye in Waterfall. That is Rojo not happy there.
I mean, we've got an eye kind of here in the middle that we could just take instead. Staring us down.
There is the incentive ruse stick out of the robot so that eye can be forgiven. I have to love the robot that trolls. You go all the way to the other side and it just walks up to block another box, but hey. That is Waterfall taken care of for Rojo.
And you blinked and you missed it. Solario just took out Lich, so that's 3 Liches for our streamers. Oslato still need to work his way that way.
Meanwhile, Budgemono has found his way down to Marsh at the top of the second island, evidently, and is on his way to get what we know to be the cube. And there's Titans for Sorlix. Gonna go ahead and give it some limestone to chew on. Using that top left exit, gonna go back down. Now he can use warp or exit to leave the cave without having to run all the way back out. It's a nice little trick to save some steps.
Ooh. Okay. So that is the
That is indeedly do. And knowing where that Ryukon Desert is, we can see him beeline pretty fast there. Meanwhile, one of the flags with this rando, that is the crown from Sarda. That Titan's Tunnel inevitably leads to Sarda, which it did indeed. So that keeps the rando a little less rando for the sakes of the runners.
And as you saw after we got out of Titans there, the area after Titans is not landable by an airship. So you have to go through Titans.
Sometimes the rando makes things easier, sometimes the rando makes things less easy. Sometimes we just make it balanced. And what a good proximity for the crown turn in. What does Astos have for our racers? I missed it, and we'll see at the end.
Crystal.
Is this even randomized?
But if you turn your gaze down right here, we have a mirage into sky, probably.
Indeed we do. For Oslaughto, our first runner up into the Mirage Tower going towards Sky, as Rojo actually picked up the loot, I do believe, and I believe Budgemono will also get it here. They're both in Elfland and both have the gold for the item.
Yeah, if you've got the money, buy it. No need to wait.
That is an interesting pack to fight or see. It looks like, nope, he's not going to take it. The 5 Wiz Mummies, 4 Mummies pack is actually pretty good experience, but he wants to save his time and effort and go straight into Sky.
It's good experience, but death by 1,000 stabs. And if they have anything, ugh.
Indeed they do. And if you die, it's a pretty long run back. Interesting thing, he's going to the first chest. He's actually going to run through Mirage 1.
Yeah, Sky is a vanilla chest, so we know where the incentive is. But have they been to Ordeals yet?
I believe all but one of our runners has either they've all been there or at least all. I don't know if they've all been through it, because was Oslaughto the one who wiped out and didn't go back yet?
Maybe. Because you think if they've been through Ordeals, they have a Maza, they have a Sun. The only thing they'd be looking for is armor. We know where gold bracelets +3 are. Like, the fighter can't wear them, so we're just looking for something for him.
And Sorlax at 30 minutes 35 is our first runner on stream in the Sky. Not to be confused with In Sky, which Oslaughto is, and finding a random eye that just downed 2 of his party members.
Yeah, let's remember that it has Blaze if we find one.
And, yeah. Blaze and Paralyze.
That may not be a fun grind if we find it.
Sorlex going out into the sea, finding an island that has Gaia sequestered on it. So that's, instead of being in the mountains, it is just a sea-locked territory. But with that bottle in hand, he's going to restock on potions and head right up and do some exchanging.
Well, checking all these chests for Oslaughto, we did just find 10,000 experience, so, I mean, sure.
Someone undo that releasing of the ferry. It needs to be released somewhere else in Topher. It only gave a few hundred gold.
Yeah, we have 2 dud locations, so if that's one of them, Sky could be our other dud.
Sorlax about to get that tail, or the TNT I should say, which goes to the key. And it looks like Budge Mono is actually joining the Sky run with Oslato. Is in Mirage now. Is Oslato checking the incentive chest?
Yep.
It is a dud.
I like the idea of the Fairies Fountain just being the wishing well in Gaia. It's all the change. Nice ale.
And obviously that incentive chest is all that's left after the divorce for Tia and Bahamut. Bahamut got all the treasure, that's where what's in his hoard. Tia got the Sky Castle. I don't know who got the better side of the divorce. I would say it's Tia, because Tia has Warmac, and that's just a pretty sweet piece of the deal. As Lotto finishes up his run through, Sorlax got the gold, gonna pick up the loot. Meanwhile, Rojo is out of the Sarda and Titan's check on his way to get into the air with that floater. Sorlax emptying his coffers, picking up the gold bracelets. Those were expensive, but +3 gold bracelets are pretty dang sweet.
That's in-game gear for everyone fighter.
And with that tail in hand, the idea of promoting to get access to something like Opal or Dragon Armor, that'd be pretty sweet to see.
Oh!
Ooh, a fast gauntlet or helm. That is CC's Gambit paying well.
And if you are just joining us and wondering why, our fighter has the malice of no bracelets. So even if we find something good, they're not wearing them.
Rojo getting that crystal. We have not yet seen what Matoya has. He is the second Razor on stream to get it. Meanwhile, picking up those 3 chests in... and checking the spike tiles. Interesting. Finding some wizards on the 2 spike. And Frostwolf's on the 1. That is not an encounter he wants. And ooh, they have Gaze, just for the fun of it.
Oslato finding all the fun stuff here in Sky 3. That was a hold
Meanwhile,
2 shirt, or a hold shirt, an ice 2 gauntlet, and then like we said, the fast helmet.
What is this, last week where we had all the caster items with no magic in the shops? Meanwhile, Sorlax actually exiting out of the ProcGen waterfall. He went bottom right, found the door overlapping. He's just going to go top left and get right to the door this time.
And question in chat, yes, go pretty much he cleared all of Sky. Don't know if we misread the item location and thought it was randomized, or just didn't realize that it was a dud.
The interesting thing here, we have our first sighting of the Bridge of Destiny for Oslato. Budge Mono on his way up, not doing all those checks, saving a lot of time compared to Oslato. Will we get a Warmac for either of these racers? I do not believe we have a forced Warmac on with these seeds. It would be delicious, but I doubt any of our runners would have enjoyed it.
Hey! Commentator's curse?
Robot chicken? Aww.
Don't blame Oslato. Don't blame him.
I don't blame him. I'm just sad.
Alright, Budge.
Now, the sad thing is Budge made a beeline for this through, so he's probably far away on the encounter table. Man, Oslato, you have 2 chances, and you disappointed us both times. Ooh, Budge Mono found one.
Pausing.
He's thinking.
Oh.
He's swinging.
Temper.
He's fasting.
Invis. And fast.
Well, that's not nuke or nuclear.
Well, at least we got Invis out. We don't have our faster temper, but we can fast ourselves.
And life in battle is not enabled, but if he can keep that white mage up, he can bring his party back up foot. Yeah. And nope, he runs away.
Once that white mage to bring everyone else up for Tia, I bet.
Yep, and now that he's in Tia's room, he has safe tiles. Those chevroned tiles in front of Tia and behind Tia are non-encounterable. Speaking of Tia, Oslato down 2 melee casters. Not going well, and there goes the Black Mage.
Ooh. We're out of fade. Ouch.
That is a wipe for Oslato. Will Budge Mono have better luck? Gets that invis out. Gonna go ahead and get a fast out as well. Can focus on other options. Trying the Bane. Oh, that is beautiful. That is a Bane. First try with the Bane sword. That was the extra weapon found in Ordeals along with that Masa, and he put it to use.
Love it when you see it. Hate it when it takes 7 turns.
And that is 2 orbs lit for Budge Mono. Yes, he did not give us the war mech that we wanted. Neither did Oslato. But, Budge making it work.
And we'll give Budge half credit. Was going to take it, but decided that Tia was the more important. I get it.
Rojo in Marsh gets the cube, has access to Sky now, can join Budge and Oslato in the joys of diving Sky one way or the other. Otherwise, Sarlacc, our first runner, down into Volcano, skipping the Volcano treasury and going straight down. Probably just wants to get this taken care of. Is Volcano incentivized or not?
Nope, there's nothing in here that we really need, except for, hey, if you go and find an Invis Axe, you know, just...
And a rub stick for food measure.
But no, nothing incentivized. If we've already got the Maz and everything else, let's just run it.
Interesting. Rojo is actually in the checking Marsh locked. Find some gargoyles and a potion. Nothing special. Meanwhile, Budge Mono gonna go ahead and get his check with Sarda. Gonna go ahead and get the floater out of that Titan's Trove.
Ice 2 armor -2. It's much better than that cloth we're wearing.
He was running cloth. Wow.
Cloth +1.
And we have Rojo with our first sighting of Bahamut. Gonna get promoted. Now, if I remember correctly, because he's promoted, the recruitable characters are now all promoted classes, correct?
I do believe so. But we have 4 party members, so we can't do anything down there. Does anyone on stream not have a 4th member yet?
Nope, it seems like they are all 4. Yep. And Sarlacc, our first runner in Volcano fighting carry. You know, I just realized Sarlacc is a cube away from go mode.
Yeah.
I just realized I've been playing like Sarlacc, it's Solarix. I'm sorry.
It's good.
And that is a second orb lit for Sarlacc. I will never say that correctly throughout this entire race, and I am very sorry for it. Vampire fight down for Oslato. Meanwhile, Rojo doing some battling. Looks like Rojo's back in Sky. Or Mirage Tower, I should say. It's back. He's actually in Mirage for some. Ooh, found a ribbon. That was a chest that was not checked by either Oslato or Budge Mono on their Sky drives. They went straight into Sky instead of checking Mirage.
So with the incentive, that is 3 ribbons. We know where they're at. Which, speaking of which, there's the incentive.
Honestly, so far the kit that's been available to our runners has been pretty reasonable. Budge Mono about to find the womp that is the Womp that is the fairy turn-in.
Really, the only thing that we're missing is a fighter armor. That's about it.
If they find a dragon or an opal, that would be pretty much the best they can get.
I mean, depending on what silver armor did.
I believe
-2, it's fine, but
I believe Silver 2 was for sale in Provoca or somewhere similar. I think one of our racers actually picked it up. I may be mistaken. It was a while since that happened. Earth and Fire down. Surlex going in order. Going to go ahead and use that Oxyale and head into C.
I think we're going to do the same thing we saw in Volcano. Just straight down, take out a Kraken, and call it good. Maybe check Tornado. Maybe.
Oozes with stone poison.
Ooh.
Really hope Oslaughter can get away and has some softs.
Who rolled this seed? They should be fired.
I thought they should be promoted.
Okay, sounds good.
The spiders didn't have anything. That was good. Sorrelix getting those 2 quick connector chests in the hallway on his way down to Sharknado floor.
Well, I think I saw a glitch on Oslaughter's screen, but we're done.
And Sorrelix not even bothering getting that quick hitter chest on the way up in the Sharknado 4 pack and going straight to Kraken's floor. Meanwhile, Budge going top right. Is he going to go top left? Top left is correct.
We done do clockwise or counterclockwise? What do you think?
And he goes top left and will be rewarded. Solarix on Kraken's floor as Oslaughter goes up ordeals. Is going to be happy to find what he finds at the top for certain. Gonna curse his luck having died to those mages or wizards or whatever earlier and not come back yet, but...
So that does make more sense why they were opening up every chest in Sky.
Not having the Masa or other excellent kit. At least he does remember, perhaps, looks like not really, which pillar is which. Has warped this time though and is able to back out and go 3rd pillar.
Alright, Kraken, what do we got?
Oh, I thought he was gonna go Bane and Brack.
I think we went Bane, but I think we went for a fast instead.
And the Ruse Stick for extra measure, which the White Mage, normally that's a Kraken 2 thing, but I guess Kraken 1 just decided, I want to be killing the White Mage too.
I mean, that's what Krakens do.
There goes the Thief. Bane not doing anything. Gonna go and switch to Temper, get rid of the Bracken strat, so that's 3 Ruse stacks up. That fighter is gonna be evasive, and the fighter is all alone. Masa swinging, not getting a lot of damage.
3 hits, not much.
Kraken 1 is casting. That was a good swing hit, good crits. Does he get another one like that? And there's the kill. That is the 3rd orb lit for Sorrelix. 3 orbs on stream. Just needs that Sky Orb. Also remembering he has that heal magic promotion. That gives him 2 casts, including life at level 8 for his fighter. Gets the White Mage up, reses his party, saves up, and moves on.
I was watching the Kraken battle and didn't notice. I have to assume Oslaughter found his Maza, but didn't see them pick it up.
Most definitely. He was picking up the bottom 4 pack. I assume he picked up the top pack room and got the Masa and the Bane Sword as well.
Okay, good.
We will know the moment that fighter swings.
Well, chat's saying
if it has a chance. That Dragon Sword, there you go. One note, Budge Mono is in full go mode. Meanwhile, Ozelotto needs that Oxyale, needs the loot, it looks like, and has a few checks to go. And Sorex just needs that cube,
That's hilarious.
which he is about to get from this bottom dive into Marsh.
And has the advantage of 3 other orbs already lit.
There's far more than these 4 racers on stream in this race. It is still one thing to note when we come towards the end. The way these this entire event goes, there's going to be basically buckets. If a racer finishes within a minute of the first racer to finish, that is still considered a first place when it comes to points for the event for the team. And it goes from each minute down from the initial finisher, so we could have racers finishing really close together and getting equal points.
Yep. First bucket is 1 minute, then 2 minutes, then 4, and it keeps doubling until I think bucket 6, if I recall correctly.
It is a very handy way of keeping things organized when we have so many racers in such an interesting event. And there is the cube, and Sorlek's going to check the marsh lock as well. Maybe looking for a grind of something or just some extra item.
Alright,
Ozelotto runs from Mormac.
That is 3 Wormex they've shunned.
We understand. Will Rojo do it or not? At this point, the step count says he'll encounter it. He chooses to run as well.
Budge, the only one of our heroes so far. Alright, Stellario. Are we gonna get it?
Interesting use of the fire shirt. That Masa doing great things with that promoted knight. Or was that the Sun Sword? I didn't catch with his swing, but it was a lot of damage either way. That is the air orb lit for Rojo. They are out and gone. Did Ozelotto get it? Yes, Ozelotto also got the kill. So that is that orb done. Going straight to Volcano, try and get his kill on carry.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game with this. Solario has a bonus with having that 1 extra orb, but everything Ozelotto has left is fast.
Indeedly do.
Solario's
Meanwhile, Budge Mono going...
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Budge Mono on his way onto Kraken's floor as Rojo's stocking up from equipment. Despite all the early trials and tribulations, these racers are pretty much in go mode across the board.
Yeah.
That bottle being missed, it seems, by Rojo, not hurting at all.
And if Solario is counting, they should know that this is going to be a dud. They have everything else, so we're just going straight to Tia.
Interesting, Rojo in Volcano is going to check Volcano Armory.
Can't blame him with all the dense chests here, but... Ugh.
With the kit that's been found already, I can't imagine finding anything other than, well, an excellent piece of armor for the knight.
Yeah, it's gotta be Dragon Opal. Okay, okay. I'll take a Saber Gauntlet.
But yeah, drop the Pro Ring, put the Saber Bonk +3 on there. It's good armor, it's a good thing. Just wants to probably find something better than Chain -3. Yeah. But yeah, that pays for itself, I'll say.
You want to move that fast helmet to your fighter too. I know it's not the best armor, but that way you got a self-fast, a self-ruse, and a self-saber.
The self-sufficient warrior even has a life casting and cure.
Oh,
And
right, now that we've been
Budgemano,
talking, Solario's up to Bridge of Destiny.
as he is on Bridge Destiny, Budgemano is also in Volcano and is in Armory. Went to the first chest, found the Agma, and then, yep, he's gonna find that Saber Bonk as well.
Alright, Solario. I think we got it.
We have our first fight of the War Mech. Bane does nothing. Invis 2 coming out to stack the parties. Got a fast going out on the fighter with a ruse stack going on top of that Invis 2. Zap comes out, takes out the Thief. Does not take out any other party members. The Thief can be downed. Another ruse stick coming out. Gonna go ahead and choose. Does he well nuke? Does he go? He doesn't want to use it. He is not going to use it. He's going to go, looks like Ice 2 and another Invis stack.
And in the meantime, Oslato buying gold bracelets to get the party up, and Rojo taking out a carry.
Bye-bye, Snake Lady.
About said Kelly, who've been playing with alternate names too much.
And Oslato also most definitely picking up the loot, I'd assume, with that gold he had.
Come on, Solario. Let's get it.
Minimal power magic, but maximal power swings from that fighter. Not getting a lot of damage. Really could use some crits out of that. That's a very tanky War Mech. It's appropriate for its name and nature. Seven hits, 418. A good amount of damage, but still needs more.
As long as we keep fighting and missing.
And as long as it doesn't roll over its spells to find something extra dangerous or its abilities. Although the more spells and abilities we see, the more that the racers will know, or at least Sorlex will know, being the only one who faced him, what this War Mech actually has. And what will not be on the Fiends.
Alright. That's a nice little boost of experience there.
Uses that life cast on the fighter to bring back his Thief. Gonna potion it up and get on his way to fight his final fiend, that is Tia. Meanwhile, Budgemano taking on Carrie as Rojo is in C to go after his final orb, that is Kraken.
So, as we light our final orbs, Temple of Fiends recently has been something, just to say the least. What do you think we're going to see? What's going to happen here?
I will imagine the encounter table involve some bad man with nukes or something of that nature.
Oh,
something,
you are evil.
something expectedly evil.
Sunday night we had Tia 2 as the gatekeeper. So we'll see what we end up with.
Budgemano making it through the fight with Carrie, has two party members up, one of which is a statue. Focuses that experience on the fighter, as it actually looks like he's going back into Volcano. You know, I think he might be going to the Agama tile if he knows where it is. I don't think he did check that one though. If he did, he's going to go into this first room and just take an Agama grind to get some extra levels on that night. Well, he is going for an Agama grind.
I mean, you've got a stone party, which counts as basically being dead. Let's funnel all this onto the fighter.
Yep, as he gets that grind on to buff the fighter up as much as he can. Sorlex, our first racer on stream in Topher, just over 5 minutes, 55 minutes into this race.
Meanwhile, Oslato grabs the airship. That tells you how much of this could be done without the airship.
Floaterless. I mean, he didn't need to get the bottle. He doesn't need to do this turn in. In fact, he knows he doesn't need to do this turn in.
I just don't remember where OnRack is. Do you need the floater to get OnRack?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't pay any attention. All I know is that C is in where Rojo is, and Brack is not getting the kill. Gonna go ahead and swing that sword. Gonna get more fast out. Going to get another Brack attempt and gets it. Rojo with a Brack. That is a Bane and a Brack on two of our Fiends so far for Budgemano and Rojo. Meanwhile, Solarix is on the second to last floor before the Fiend refights on his way to Earth floor. And yep, it looks like the sea was behind the islands of the floater, so he had to get the floater to get his final orb, which he is now on his way to do for Oslato. And Rojo in Toph, about to dive into the past alongside Sorlix.
Alright, this is going to get interesting. I didn't check what level they are, but is Budge going to come up after this grind and just plow through it? If they run into something, this grind could be the difference.
And this is a French Vanilla Lich 1. That is nuclear. Normally that would be nuke, but hey, what do you know? None of the party members die for Sorix. This Lich still standing. Not anymore. Speed Bump Mark II had some teeth. It was a little bit saucy, but he gets through it.
Alright, Budge leaving the grind at 35.
Ooh, Rojo checking the chest before the plate finds an Aegis +3.
Hey.
That is good armor. That's protection from basically every elemental spell and just good absorb with that +3. Ooh, red dragons have squint. Delicious. Gonna fire off a life tube, bring that thief back up to full power. Probably gonna use it, thinking about using Cure, but knowing it's also his Invis 2 stacks, he's not gonna use Cure. Carry 2, what shall she bring?
It is interesting to note that Solario did not promote, so although we have that katana for the thief, we're just setting swinging whatever.
And there is Solario's lamp usage. Red Mage goes down, chose to use it of all places in Carry's fight, but hey, what do you know? Carry 2 fight for that matter, and there goes a good chunk of health on that thief. The fighter and the white mage, the two most important party members, given the fact they're the ones who have light casts, are still standing.
And as a side note to anyone who didn't catch it earlier, we do have a bonus incentive for all of our runners. We randomize it, we roll a d10 to figure out what it was, and tonight it landed on Cast Lamp in Battle. It doesn't have to do anything, they just have to cast it.
Carry 2 has Tornado, takes down to the knee. The fighter gets Cure 3 out from the white mage. Meanwhile, Rojo taking on the Lich 2, possibly going to find a nuclear. Nope, takes care of Lich 2 as Lotto, meanwhile, is taking on Kraken. We have so many fiends on so many screens. That is Carry 2 down for Sorlix on his way to Kraken 2's floor. Meanwhile, Rojo on his way to fight Carry 2, and Lich 1 doing some zappy. Lotto, Brack not landing. But swing with the stabby swordy go gets the job done. That is all 4 orbs lit for Oslato, joining the rest of the racers on stream on his way to Topher. Ice 3 coming out from Rojo's casters, gonna use fast from that helm, gets the swing out, gets 1,000 damage, but that carry is thick. Carry 2 down for Rojo, not doing or having as much trouble as Solarix did there. Gonna heal up his party as Solarix is on Kraken 2's floor. That puts Rojo right on his heels. Meanwhile, Budge Mono about to face a Lich 2 as Oslato is on his way south and wherever gonna find his way to. Oh, he's promoting.
Let's get that promotion down.
I did notice Budge Mono also checked the validation chest, did potentially get that Aegis shield. I'm assuming he has that equipped.
Mm-hmm.
And Sorlix, our first racer to Kraken 2, gonna go ahead and use some Invis, gonna use some fast, moves the fighter down to the 3rd slot. Bane not landing on this Kraken. Invis 2 coming out, gonna go ahead and ruse up, keeping that that fighter evasive. Not quite going to Brackstrat's, gonna go ahead and nuke. Nuke, Bane, swing, and do we see fate? Nope, more Invis 2.
We are almost synced up with our Kraken fights here. Looking back and forth, they're using the same spells, the same things.
Well, Rojo going with Lock, gonna try and keep that Kraken from evading the swings, as that fighter with that that warrior with that Masa doing a lot of damage. That is the first kill on Kraken 2. That puts Rojo ahead, having caught up to Solaric, second one in, but now ahead in the fight. Oslaudo checking the chest and toe locked before going diving deep, and Budgemano meanwhile has lost his fighter, but has his white mage up on that carry fight. Carry 2 down, both Solarics and Rojo past Tia 2 or Kraken 2. Solarics having to bring party members out of life cast. That is brutal. One life cast up, gets the red mage. Does that red mage have life 2 or life 1? Yeah. Yes, it does, but those are also nuke casts. This is brutal.
And something to note, Oslaudo just entered, so if Tia 2 or Chaos has something, this is anybody's.
Well, Tia 2 had very big hit, took down Rojo's white mage one shot, but also was very thin apparently, because one cycle down, Rojo is through Tia 2 and onto Chaos. This is oh so exciting. Temper coming out, going with the Roostic and going with the Fast. Gonna go ahead and just evade with the one party that can evade. I think that was a Temper on the white mage. That might have been accidental.
Yep.
Nope, Temper on both white mages. That is a very strong white mage and a very kneel down fighter. It took the hit. I'll go ahead and use Cure 3 from both Red Mage and White Mage. In fact, full Cure 3 from the entire part. Oh, Cure 4 just to be safe. Yep. Fire 3 coming out. Chaos doing some extra heating. Gonna see a nuke coming into his face. Another nuke. Gonna go ahead and see. Does he go? He's choosing the Saber Bonk. And does he go heal 2? Gonna just go and heal the chip damage that the Lit 2 is compounding. Nuke comes out 157. Nuke comes out another 198. Heal comes out, and I'm just slowing Solaric. That Tia 2 fight still is down 2 party members, but has his warrior up.
On a side note, we've got 2 Tia 2s on the top, so this could get really close.
Ooh, Solaric's down to potion strats. Zap coming out does not hit either of his 2 standing party members. Meanwhile, more swings coming out now from Rojo on Chaos. 500 damage from that fighter swinging for the first time. Gonna continue to cure it up, make sure it stays alive. 7 hits, 512. I do know Solaric has defeated Tia 2, is on his Chaos fighter, about to initialize it. More nukes coming out from Rojo.
Pretty beefy. What if it rolled close to the max?
With how many spells that that Rojo is having to use instead of using damage spells, this is gonna take a little longer. But those nukes being focused down, not getting much damage, but doing damage all the same. And there is a nuke right back at him, but all those cure and heal spells doing their job, keeping his party alive.
Second Chaos on Solario, and Budge about to pull Chaos as well. This is a beefy Chaos for Rojo to still be here.
Very true. Keeping up with those heal spells, does not want to sacrifice any party members if he can avoid it. Loses one of the red mages, still has a nuke cast to use. Goes with the swing, 7 hits, 385. More cure, gonna keep that fighter up. The red mage survives, gets that second nuke off. These nukes have not been rolling high for Rojo. Out of nuke cast, gonna switch to Lock 2 for evasion removal and Fade. No more cures coming out of that white mage. He needs to get it doing damage. Only 97, but the moment it does damage, it takes damage. That is a dead white mage. It is a red mage and a warrior, or a red wizard and a knight versus a solo warrior on Solaris. He has lost his white mage that was frontlining his 2-man fight, and there we go. GG for Rojo, our winner on stream.
This is
Rojo,
not...
our winner on stream and winner overall, 1 hour 7 minutes 4.
But only slightly behind, Budgemano finishes up second.
Those extra fights against that Agama doing enough to let Budgemano chase up that very fast. Meanwhile, off stream as well, Luffy or Lord Fizzlebeef coming in third overall. Sorik's going ahead and unfortunately losing to the Fight in Chaos with the solo fighter. He's going to have to re-dive it. Thankfully, it's a short flight with the airships parked there at Canaria. And Ozelotto in the fight with Kraken 2. Our only runner on stream that has a thief that is promoted to a ninja, so that is a katana wielder.
See if we can get the other two in for an interview here.
Hello.
We are joined by a
GG's Rojo.
Thank you. Buzz will be in a minute. GG to everybody, all the other runners who have finished so far. If anybody on stream, I'm not sure.
It was literally a neck and neck for you and Budgemano. He was like 16 seconds behind.
Yeah, I saw that was very close.
So, what are your thoughts for that beefy chaos there?
He was being a little spicy, a little twisty, a little dancey here and there. Couldn't hit him sometimes. I think I got a couple attacks that were like 3 hits or something like that. And then he seemed to have some good armor. I got the nerves got in me, I guess, and I decided the white mage needed to be stronger. so that was cool.
I was afraid you were white samuraiing for a second.
Yeah, I'd be in a lot of trouble if I was doing that, I think. But yeah, my main concern going into Chaos was really is my fighter was still wearing like chain +1 or something like that, or -1. That's not really so good.
Picked up the Aegis shield +3. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I think Red Mages had used shield, so I could have moved the Opal to one of them, but I guess it didn't really matter in this case.
And it looks like Ozelotto fails out on the Tia 2 fight, was that? So Ozelotto's going to have to re-dive along with Sarlix, who's currently on her Lich 2, who isn't much of a speed bump. I mean, he's not super thick, but he does have nuclear.
Ooh.
And if I remember correctly, I saw Kraken 2 having a lot of nuclear as well, so these were some brutal refights if they got the spells landed.
And do we have a Budgemano with us?
We do.
Hey, GG's.
GG's, Rojo.
Yeah, thanks. GG.
So, 16 seconds behind. How was that chaos fight?
Well, it actually went pretty smoothly. You know, I had seen the first go at this on Sunday, and my practices had sort of blown up in Topher, so when I saw that Agma going into Volcano, I thought, alright, I'm going to take this. And I dug up the Saber Bonk, so, you know, once I did that, I think I got up to 6 hits on the Masa. I felt pretty good going in, and the Knight just blazed through everything.
You were level 34, 35, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Where was Masa?
Masa was pretty free in
It was in Ordeals along with a Bane Sword, I believe, which Budgemano, did you not use that on a Fiend?
I threw it out once. It was mostly on my fighter, so I didn't use it. I did Brack Tia 1 first turn, I think. Pretty nice, but...
Yes, I remember between Rojo and you, each of you one-shot a Fiend with a spell.
Yep. I did also play with that robot chicken a bit, and wasn't ready for it. So...
Yeah, you tried. You tried. We gave you half credit for it.
You did see 3 of them.
But, you know, all in all, it went pretty well. That first island is just a big loop, which is pretty trolly. Felt slow to get off, but then once you got off that first island, things kind of came together pretty quick. I think I was in go mode at, before 50 minutes. It was like 40 something, I think. So
Yeah, this seed, as far as go mode, this is the fastest I've ever seen. Normally I have to like full clear basically everything until I know if I'm in go mode or not.
All things considered, grade the seed. Just out of curiosity, we need to know for our commentator's sake.
I don't think I ran into anything script-wise that was that bad. I don't know if you saw anything, Rojo, but it was, no really bad trap tiles, no really bad scripts anywhere. I think I got through the fiends pretty quick because of my knight, but otherwise it was just about maybe as smooth as it could be. So, good luck to the next two groups gonna have to race this flag set.
Yeah. I think this might be seed bleed, but I think I got kicked out of Ice Cave maybe by something. But that might have been the practice seed I did earlier today. I can't remember.
I did get punched in the face pretty hard by the wizards. My knight, he was not wearing any clothes. He had a shield, he had no armor.
Oh yeah.
So for the whole seed, even through Topher. So that's sort of why I checked validation. I was hoping for, I don't know, an iron armor or just something to put on him, but an shield was enough.
Where's my ice armor, fire armor, steel armor, anything, man?
Ice armor was -2, and I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, who needs it? Got a roost stick. It's good enough.
You don't need armor if you don't get hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our tracker Elmarkin pointing out it was in Volcano.
That's like vanilla-ish. Is ice armor in Volcano or is it an ice cave? I can't remember.
I think they're in their opposite ones, but don't quote me. It's been years since I played vanilla.
Same.
Yeah.
So often the case with members of this community. Unless the chest is named for what was in it.
Yeah.
We see Sorix back on Kraken 2. Meanwhile, Oslato on the floor heading to Kraken 2 as well. That is a white mage kissing the floor, so out there this fight, if that fighter is up, he is most likely going to life it up, and there goes the thief again kissing the floor. That is a good amount of damage from that Masa, but there is nuke out of Kraken. Nuke and at least one nuclear is on that from what we have seen so far.
It's again odd to see Solario wiping out and then not going to promote when you know you have that katana sitting on your thief.
Having that thief in the first place because he had to choose to recruit it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's lower level, but come on. You still got a katana there.
Now, that's a good question for both of you, Rojo and Budgemano. What did you think of when you saw that katana? Did you think, I'm going to get a thief, or just, it's a thing?
I think my party was already locked in by then. I decided -10 strength, I think, on the thief was not good enough, and that no ribbons on the red mages wasn't bad enough, so I did the fighter red white.
Yeah, I think I was also full party when I saw that. I took the red mage to start and saw, I forget what it was, but there was a red mage available early, but I didn't re-roll at that point. And you might have seen me, I saw the black mage in Lefane, didn't take it because I was thinking maybe I could find a thief to run better. I have the red mage for black magic. And got, beat up by the very next fight, like 3 steps away. Decided, nope, I'm gonna go get that black mage because he can run. So that kind of filled out the party. Fighter Rainbow works for this flag set pretty well. So
was Temper black locked?
I think it was.
It's a level 7 black, so.
Yeah.
Level 7.
I think it was an on-rack.
It was an on-rack.
Gotcha. Except for obviously the red mage had his like little blessing or whatever.
You got 2 of those. But I did find the Saber Bonk in Volcano Armory, which was nice. I was sort of a greed dig for that. So
Saber Bonk saved it for me along with the X-Cal and Mirage 2, I think it was.
How was that there?
I was wondering what you were swinging. It was orange.
Yeah, I rolled a +3, I think.
vanilla masa plus 3 Excal plus 2 katana for anyone who used it. But yeah, the weapons definitely rolled well.
So with our black magic talk, I do have to ask officially on stream, how was Lamp?
So bright.
Right. I used it once and put it away. Never used it again. But
Was it Bud? Did you put it like on carry 2 or something? Is that where it was?
no, I threw it out during the Lich 1 fight.
Oh, Lit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought we saw someone.
I did
throw
carry
it out.
one.
I wasn't gonna waste a turn on a fiend refight, but a first fiend Lich, yeah, I can waste a turn on Lich.
And we have dueling fights against Chaos for our continued Oslotto and Sorex on their redives. Noticing the Black Mage died, and I believe Oslotto is actually completely out of life cast as well, which is why he did not bring it back up.
And we know this Chaos is pretty beefy.
Man, 7 hits and only 100 some odd damage. That katana not doing the work that's needed to be done.
7 hits, 7 damage, you say?
Yeah, this absorb is crazy on Chaos. That was a crit for 325.
And even the Maz's 8 hits for 300.
Will A and Prey result in something like a crit loop for Oslotto? That is what he is hoping for now. Meanwhile, Slaric's trying to Bane with that Thief.
We need to do some items or some sort of pausing or a delay or something to get us off this.
Does not help when Chaos found Nuke in his pool.
That fighter has heal magic. He needs to bring him up.
You're this far in, you'd hope that it's going to keep working, but ouch.
And that is a out and a reset. Has all of his charges, lost 5 of his gold, which really doesn't matter at this point. Meanwhile, Sorolix is down to the fighter. That fighter is doing basically nothing at this point. It looks like 4 hits, 187.
So this is
That
the
Saber Bonk would be very handy, wouldn't it?
third dive, I think, for Oslotto. Do you just keep diving, or do you go find something to do? Do you go find a tile to grind on? Do you go find something else? Or you're saving and game over, so you're kind of getting a minor grind every time down anyway? Like, what's the thought here?
In the back of my mind, I was thinking I didn't do it because I did the Agama grind, but you know, an early just top floor Topher grind, just get the whole party up. I think unless you know there's something good out there, you know that Topher grind's going to be there.
Yeah, it could take you like 30 minutes to find Saber Bonk, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you gotta. And with this fiend scaling, even just a little bit of HP can help keep some party members up to buff a few more turns.
And it looks like Sark's down to heal pot strats to try and bring his fighter back up to function.
Oh,
Wow, slow 2 just to troll.
I'm assuming we're out of heal magic or forgot about heal magic.
I believe heal pots do 60 in combat, so they're probably comparable, if not better, than the magic he has available. Chooses to swing, just going to continue swinging. I think at this point he's just in swing mode.
I mean, if we can
Nope,
keep these.
going to continue healing.
Oh. Alright, Solario. What are we doing? Checking the map.
And that's Oslotto not taking a 3 Gasty. I would have personally have taken that at this point because that is a huge chunk of experience for his party. But he is racing and I am commentating. Big differences.
Solario is looking for Bahamut. We're checking all the holes here.
Solario goes searching and Oslotto goes back into Topher. Let's go ahead and bring up our other racers who have finished so far. That was 3rd place Lord Fizzleby, pardon me, at 1 hour 9 minutes 7. Our 4th place runner, Luffy DV, at 1 hour 11:25. And let me double check here. Yeah, that's it so far. This has not been a fast seed for any of our racers. Pardon, Budgemano and Rojo are proven to be the fastest so far. Good job.
Thanks. No, these flags definitely, it takes a while because you gotta, I mean, you never know if you're gonna have to circle the island or what. Just looking for your ship, you know.
Yeah, that was a trolley placement of that ship. I think I picked the wrong way, but it was a long way from where I pulled it out of. I think Ice Cave.
Yeah, same. Well, actually, what happened was, I think I pulled it out of Ice Cave, tried to go check the 6-pack, got bounced out, and then went the wrong way around the island or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright,
proc
so-
gen can be a little tricky to sort of manage. You can have a lot of variance here. I think the idea with this Topher, so full disclosure, you can hate on me. I'm the one who kind of came up with these flags in the committee. But having the tough Topher, I think, was designed to reduce some of the variance because, as you can see, it can be quite the roadblock here. There's sort of, if you spend more time looking for things, maybe get more levels, you're a little more prepared than somebody else. But proving to be a bit of a challenge. That's all right. It's Fall League. It's supposed to be tough.
Yeah. Actually, the
supposed to.
Topher has been surprisingly difficult for. I mean, it's not like any harder than last week, I don't think, with the scaling, but it's just, I don't know, unlucky, I guess.
It is. It's a jump from scaling. This is 1 to 200, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Bosses
decent.
are stronger. Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
missed that.
yeah. So it's not trivial, but
So it's possible Chaos got what, up to 4,000 experience there, or 4,000 HP.
yeah, 4,000 HP.
Half me wants to open up the ROM and take a look.
He's got to be. Well, actually, I wasn't hitting very hard, though. I was only hitting for like 300 a pop, so.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it took 2 or 3 swings. I was hitting for like 1,000 by the time I was swinging with the moss and all the tempers, but it took a little bit.
may have been 200 to 300 a pop, but that was more than 10 turns.
I will say what we're seeing is a lot more merciful than last night, in my opinion. Or not
Yes.
last night, Sunday or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tia
that-
says hi.
No,
Chaos packed a 3293 with a absorb. Let's see, a defense of 113.
I don't know. I assume that's
Uh.
high. I don't really know.
That
Sounds
was
high.
reasonably high. It was mid, but just the thickness of the body, that's what mattered there.
Yeah.
Well, Solari
Solarix-
is now promoted, so let's see if that helps us out in here.
Yep, and he shuffled. Not only did he put the katana on his thief, he went ahead and gave it the the fire shield +2, and moved that Aegis down to his warrior. So he's got better or opal, I believe, to his warrior. He did not pick up the Aegis, so he's got a good balance of armor. Also, the pro ring he had up on that thief is on his warrior. And Kraken 2 for Ozelotto. White Mage is down yet again. That is kind of worrying, but he gets through it, so hopefully he has a life cast on his warrior to bring it back up.
Straight up, I 100% forgot that Knights even had Yo Magic.
I didn't realize till I was on Carry 2, I think, that Fade and Life were at the same level. And I think Nuke was maybe sharing with, I forget what it was with, but I was throwing out Fades like crazy, and then I realized, oh wait, no, I gotta stop doing that with the White Mage. I'm gonna need those.
Yeah, Nuke was also level 5. Red Mage level.
Yep.
Oh, so that's what it was. I think the Red Mage had Life, so I was throwing out Nukes with him, and yeah.
Magic was available, it was just not well spread.
No, yeah. It's you'd never like to see life 2 sharing slots with your big offensive magic, especially when it's as high as level 5.
Oslato on Tia 2 loses the black mage immediately, still has that white mage on the ground, so this is a 2-man with no dedicated casters. That katana just tickling the Dragon Queen, who is not tickling back. 400 damage on that warrior.
Ooh.
And there it goes. Who wants to bet how well Oslato does one or soloing with a Masa equipped thief or ninja?
Well, we put the ribbon down. We've got golds on it. We got a fast helmet. It's not going to be fun, but I've seen worse.
I think Chaos is a little too spell happy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the saber bonk either, so.
Here's a mechanics question. If your knight rolls hurt dragon and he picks up the Excal, which has hurt all, do those stack against like Tia?
No. If you have a weapon that provides it, it's effectively the same.
Cool, that's what I figured.
For a second, I thought Oslato accidentally cast Massa. That would have been unfortunate. He does use Massa, not casting it, but 65 health, and we know this Chaos has multiple damaging spells, including Nuke. Meanwhile, also one-manning it with the Knight is the Kraken 2-5 for Solarix. This is just a brutal Topher for both of our runners.
Well, we're on a miss 6 hits so far. The last like 4 turns has been miss 6 hits. This is not the way you want to do it, but miss 6 hits. Miss 6 hits. Are we going to take Chaos down 29 HP at a time?
Oh my word, it is. It is an RNG loop.
We are in an RNG loop for 29 damage. Okay,
I love it.
do the math. What's 33 divided by 29?
A long time. Enough that could Solarix, he has all his party members. Could he come back and actually take this?
I mean, it's at 110 rounds.
What was the over-under on the ninja solo? Whoever bet ninja is looking pretty good right now.
Okay, so this is where you get the duct tape. You hold down A and you can get a drink. So we're going to be here for the next 10 minutes. What's Solario doing?
Currently fighting all 4-man up against Tia 2. Doing about 150 damage or so with this 2 swings. Ninja taking a knee, gotta get some more swings in. And Tia one-shotting the white mage. Bye-bye white casts. These fiends really don't like white mages being alive.
Yeah.
And that is 3 men through for Solarix. Does he have the life cast available on one of his casts? He has the red mage up. It uses its last life cast. No nukes, no fades from that red mage for the rest of this battle. But that is a 4-man going in, or will 4 men make it to the floor? The counter table is not so kind to him at the moment, and yes, he is through with all 4 of his party members. Meanwhile, Oslato is currently about 60 or 70 turns away from getting the kill.
I mean, props. It's been a minute or 2 now and we haven't lost the loop. So, like...
This is definitely being recorded for posterity's sake. We will retime how long he is in this crit loop.
I'm so
This will be
curious.
put on record, no doubt.
This is amazing.
Meanwhile, Fades and Life Cast looks like he's going to use a Fade Cast for Solarix. Choosing to go ahead and fast and ruse up the warrior. What is he going to do with that ninja? I missed it. A Viz on the warrior, so he is going full on keep that knight alive mode. Fire 3 comes out for chaos.
Yeah, you want to get that
Another
warrior
in
as strong as you can. Then we start worrying about the ninja.
Indeedly do. More fades coming out. Just going to focus on evasion stacks. Now going to use that he already has the fast out. Oh, he's using his second fast instead of tempering on that. Going to get the ninja some buffs in case the ninja becomes valuable in this fight. And we've seen just how valuable a ninja can be in this fight against chaos. Or we are seeing it. And going to choose to use the last cast on that level 4 Invis. So Ice 3, it looks like, gonna swing 10 hits, 300 damage, 6 hits, 120. Ice 3 comes out, 54, doing chip damage, and a lamp cast. Was that Solarix using his lamp as the last cast on that level of magic with life and fade in the chaos fight?
I mean, at this point, you just gotta think it's for the memes.
I mean, I approve. It's just daring. More swings, 7 hits, 5 hits. Nukes comes out. There goes the thief, or the ninja. And that white mage is on a knee. Gonna use raw heals. Just gonna try and chip up his party. Swing out from the knight. 6 hits, 205. Slow 2 on the white mage. Not the right target for chaos. Definitely the right target in Sorolix's mind. More swings. Looks like he's going to use a cast. Nope, going to use nothing. That is a man mode for both of our runners in slot 3. Will the knight with the buffs take it with higher damage output, or will it go down? Meanwhile, Oslato maybe halfway through? Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, 29 damage. We're still going.
77, 144. The damage is going faster for sure for Sorolix. 331 health left though. 287. The health is an expendable resource, but it's a finite resource. Gonna choose to use Cure. Using that cast, gonna full or mostly heal up his party. Got Cure 3 doing a lot more than the heal bots. And using one turn to do it.
We're gonna have to ask Oslato later how his finger's feeling.
And there we go. Sorolix GG gets the win, or at least gets the defeat over Chaos. Ahead, or just ahead of him off stream, we had Woo Bear at 127.58, Rubes at 129.27, and Herbie B at 132.04. Meanwhile, Solarix, so 135.06. GG's in chat.
All right, so we're gonna count the remainder 6 hits, 29.
I think I'm going to rely on the recount, but if we are definitely going to clap. One clap for every swing. How about that? Everyone in chat, we don't need to hear it. We just need to know you clap one clap for every swing that he takes. Not every hit, thankfully, just every attack. This warrior. And we are joined by Solarix. GG's, man.
Howdy.
Oh my
Howdy,
word,
howdy,
and Oslato has done it.
Oh, yay.
His finger can rest.
That's a hell of a crit loop, man.
The count back will be real.
It's got to be the longest, or so close to the longest in restream history.
Well, his final time 136.16. So Solarix, how much did you enjoy the promotion in the end, trying to finally finish it off?
I put it off for so long because I had no idea. I wasn't keeping track. I didn't know where it was. So I was just like, ah, shit, I'm going to waste so much time flying around trying to find it. So I put it off forever. So I guess that was my mistake. The first, I thought I was gonna do it. The first dive there, finish at 59 minutes or whatever I was when that first chaos killed me.
Unfortunately, as we've seen, the chaos just rolled stupid thick. I think it was close to 3,300 hit points.
Yeah, I mean, I checked the bat. I don't know if anybody called that out, but I checked the bat at the beginning to see how big Mr. Chaos was going to be. It was just the bat that I talked to, and it had like 6 or 7 stars in the HP category. So I was like, oh damn, this is going to be a beefy boy.
And plus the roll around on the nuke for the sweeper, that definitely
Yeah,
hurts.
that damn bat did not have nuke listed as under magic, so I was a little salty about that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, Kraken had nuke and nuclear, so I mean there was a nukes.
Yeah, but the bat didn't tell me. I thought the bat would tell me that Chaos had magic.
All right.
And we are joined
by our crit loop champion.
That's okay.
Woo! Hell yeah, man.
It wasn't even a crit. It was just 6 hits for 29.
Someone did the math. It was like 110 hits.
Someone actually counted. I'm impressed. I was just more or less, don't take your finger off that button.
It was just the math because we know that Chaos had 300 or 3,290 something hit points.
I didn't even think that was possible. I lost the white mage to carry 2. I was thinking, well, here we go again. And then Kraken kills off the black mage. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And then I get to Tia 2, and I know that Tia's punch happy, so there goes the fighter. I'm thinking, well, why not? Let's put him in 3rd slot, give him the Masa, give him the Invis stick, give him the fast helmet, and let him run. And then Chaos proceeded to beat the ever-loving tar out of me until I saw that, and I laughed, and then I cried.
Well, I didn't do a full-on count of it, but I did see roughly when it started, and it was about 5 minutes on stream.
Yeah, it was. I know that a few runners finished while I was still doing it. I was like, well, it was either that or I got to go all the way back, purchase all the heal pots again. I'm going to be running low on money. I could go out there and start searching for a saber bonk or a Roostic, but no, I was committed at this point.
Yep, Solarix did in fact get to Chaos after you.
Yes, I'm not surprised about that at all. It was. I hope that at least becomes some part of Final Fantasy Randomizer history. The worst RNG loop ever on Chaos.
It will be cut. It will be count back.
Oh, I hope so. I really do. At least that will give me something that I can be infamous for.
The Oslotto loop.
Oh, that's what we got to call it. That's perfect.
Yes.
I love it. I really thought that things were going well, and then that first dive, and I know I got Bane through a ribbon at least once. That was thoroughly unpleasant. Probably should have spent time looking for that rear stick.
150 damage or so with this 2 swings. Well,
We've already got
that is.
yeah, go. Sorry.
That is all 4 of our racers on stream. We still have at least 1 racer left in the field of 10. Tetron, who is still running, but that is it for our racers on stream. Bye-bye, White Cass. These fiends really don't like white mages. GG, guys. You guys put in an impressive showing one way or the other.
Nice.
Thanks. That's certainly one way to put it. Yep.
That was just fun to watch, though.
That's that's half the fight right there. It's just it was one of those things where, like I said, I think I woke a lot of people in the neighborhood up with my laughing.
And yes, he is through with all 4 of his party
members. I do think we have to mention, though, Oslotto, I think you were the only one to actually take out a Warmech on stream.
Take out a Warmech.
Or is that Solario? Did I get it back?
Yeah, I killed
Warmech. I
Yeah.
ran into him a few times, but I never fought him. I know that Tier 1 did kick me out of Sky. I remember that.
This will be put on record, no doubt.
Yeah, I was only level 17 or something, heading up to Tia 2, and when I ran into Warmech, I was like, I have to take this, right? Like, there's no,
Yeah.
I need the levels.
Did you go to Ordeals first and grab the Maza?
I did have it at that point, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I had forgotten. I went into Ordeals and then got booted out and said, I'll come back later. And forgot to come back later until after the fact. Then I went and did it, got the Maza, said, okay, Tia, and you and me are going to have words. She
Yeah.
got her.
No, I actually-
She got her
Yeah,
revenge in Topher.
I think I had everything else cleaned up at that point. Sky was the last thing that I did before Temple of Fiends. So I had everything else cleaned up, and I was ready to go.
I was late getting that floater then, because I did Kraken last.
I think I
That's not a bad idea either.
I jumped into Sky, I want to say around like 15 to 17, and just decided I would take every single fight that I got basically between, Mirage and Tia, except for Warmech, because by that time I found Excal, and I was like, oh, this time's not so bad. But if I lose, 5 minutes of walking through, well, I guess you don't really lose it, but if I get bounced out of Sky, then whatever lead I might have is definitely gone. So I decided to run away.
Was Excalibur greater than, less than?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't. Then there's probably I didn't check.
Was it
Like,
positive?
I really needed a weapon at that point, so I was checking basically everything in Sky. At least that was the plan, because I think I walked in with a Dragon +3 that we started with.
Yep.
That
That
yeah, the XL rolled up.
I didn't see the Excal. I didn't see the Excal. I didn't see the Roo Stick, and I didn't see the Saber Bonk.
Saber was in Volcano Armory, was Roostic?
I
I forget where I grabbed that.
It was Waterfall.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
Water,
Yeah,
yep.
Waterfall.
Because I didn't do. I faded Waterfall. I didn't. Went straight down Volcano. Went right to carry. Ignored everything.
Oh, Elsa's Ruse was in... Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say, I can't remember.
Because that Saber Bonk would have been useful in that Chaos fight. Then it would have been 32 instead of 29.
Just accept your Lotto loop and be happy.
You know what? I was surprised. I honestly thought that was a wipe run. If I didn't, the funny thing is, if I didn't unbind the reset from my controller, I probably would have reset out. But I said, I said, well, at that point, it's, what have I got to lose? Half my money.
Ride that wave.
So that's what I did.
Quite literally called the over/under on the solo thief or on the solo ninja, and you proved it was doable.
It was great. I was surprised. I was legitimately shocked, and I always was thought that a crit loop was a crit. No, it's not a crit. It's just an RNG loop. Because if that would have critted, it would have been a lot faster.
All right, so we're gonna count the remainder 6 hits 29.
Well,
I mean,
with
you
that,
could have crit for something awful.
Like, what, 29?
Yeah, like 29.
I mean, it could have been 27.
How about that? Everyone in
chat. I mean, heaven forbid.
We need to hear it. We just need to know you clap one
That
hit
much
for
HP would have
one
been
clap
another
for
100
every
hits.
swing that he takes. Not every
Well,
hit,
not to
thank
continue
you.
looping on the things, let's go ahead and get the final thoughts from our runners with
And we
our
are
overall
joined
win
by
on stream and in the race.
Solarix,
Rojo,
GG,
what did you have to say for today?
Well, yeah, GG, everybody.
Oh, my word, and
and, thanks
has
for
done it.
doing the restream and all
yay.
that stuff. Thanks to RPG Limit Break.
This
And
figure can rest.
the seed was not too bad this time around, thankfully. A little bit of mercy this race.
The countback will be real.
It's got to be the longest or
but
so
Mono,
close to the
same
longest
question.
in restream history.
Yeah, thanks everybody for working the booth,
Yep, his
tracking,
final time,
restreaming. It's always fun to watch these. It's fun to race in them. Yeah, I echo what Rojo says. This was
So,
a
Solarix,
fairly kind
how
seed
much
for
did
how
you enjoy the
these
promotion
can go
in
with
the
Proc
end,
Gen and with these
finally finished
Topers.
off?
But a lot of fun, and looking forward to watching the next two groups run through this and practicing that everything is randomized craziness for next week.
Sorlex.
Man, slow 2. It'll get you. Thanks everyone again. Just to echo what everyone else has said. Thanks for the restream. Thanks for you guys doing your commentary and the trackers, of course, because they probably have the hardest job, right? And to RPG Limit Break, thanks you everyone out there, viewers. Thanks for watching. It's a lot of fun to do it, and I can't wait to watch this one back. I'm very interested to see kind of how it plays out.
And Loop Lord.
Again, thanks to you guys. Thanks for everyone to putting this on. It's a lot of fun, obviously, to do these runs. And sometimes you get a chance to make history. Not necessarily good history, but history.
You got to entertain, and that's really, really good value. We appreciate it.
Happy to help.
And with that, for anyone who hasn't checked it out, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, you can hook up with the randomizer itself, as well as check out our Discord, join the community, play the randomizer. Don't use the ROM and the website to use it. Just have fun and experience what these racers have just done. ProcGen is one of the many things that you can do with it. Otherwise, thank you, RPG Limit Break, for hosting us. Thank you, Jay Shadell, for co-commenting and doing our restreaming. Papadox and Ale doing the incredible job tracking this 4-man race. I have been Thavian Hawk. Thank you all. Have a very good evening.
I'm going to put in one plug here before we head on out, that if you are interested in this and you want more of it, we have 2 more ProcGen races this week, one tomorrow night. It'll be on our Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch channel. It'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you like what you saw and want to see more of it, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Final Fantasy Randomizer on Twitch. Have a good night, all.